friendship, shalom, and greetings to you all. I'm undergoing some construction and renovation, so I'm working from a different studio these days. Now, how many of you continue to say those simple 10 little rules for life every day? Don't be afraid to try it. It will actually change your life and be the simplest commitment to whatever form of spirituality you actually want to start incorporating in your life. Simple rules given out of love. This week we're going to read about something very much to do with love. Love for and from God. And whether it is good, whether it is God, whether it's someone a little bit closer to your life, doesn't love change everything? A little touch, a little kiss, just a smile, but it does change everything. Just one smile. Pain's forgiven. Just one kiss. Now the hurt's all gone. Just one smile to make my life worth living. A little dream to build my world upon. Love changes life. It continues to. It always will. I always search for and need love for life. There's still too much hate, too much anger, too much blind idiocy everywhere in the world. Paranoia is running rampant. People fear what most likely will never occur. Well, there are real dangers out there. The level of Jew hatred is certainly getting out of control. Universities are fostering, not stopping it, by allowing pro-terrorist demonstrations to occur, which are not demonstrations, but violent anti-Semitic attacks under the guise of free speech. It's not speech. This is something that would never have been tolerated. These are masked monsters who support the eradication of every Jew in Israel. Why are they not being arrested, expelled? Why are universities kowtowing to these hiding students who only are demonstrating how stupid they actually are? No wonder they hide. They don't want anybody to know who they are. If this were demonstrations against Latinos, blacks, women, they would not be tolerated. Why is it okay to hate and be violent against Jews? It has to stop, and the hostages have to be freed once and for all. We have to come together and go back to sanity. Now, we just had a new moon. And new moons are for bringing things into your life. So let's bring love. Let's bring peace. Hanei makabel alei et mitzvat haborei v'havta boreacha kamocha. I hereby take unto myself the commandment of the Creator to love your fellow person as yourself. Now, this new moon marks the last month of the year, Adar. And so we're getting closer to a new year with the coming of spring. Perhaps the most important day of the year. The day of the Big Bang, the spring equinox, which also tells us that we're just 2 weeks away. This year will be on the evening of March 14th from a holiday which is like a dream and an event that did build a new world. The incredible holiday of Purim. Purim. Now, Purim is the plural for pur. The im on the end of a Hebrew word suggests it is in the plural. This is a word which means lot, because the evil Persian Prime Minister Haman, which would have been written with just the consonants like HMN, so we don't really know for sure how his name would be pronounced, was targeting for the execution of all the Persian Jews. And he threw lots or dice to determine which day and which month he would carry out his scheme, which was the complete genocide of the Persian Jews. Now, Persia was the largest empire the world had ever seen until Alexander. And his edict was empire-wide. So you have to figure most Jews would have been caught in it. It's an amazing story. It is celebrated as people don costumes, get drunk, wear masks, showing the world either the person they want to be or the person they really are. It's celebrated worldwide as Jews everywhere gather, as we do every week, as a like-minded group, collective consciousness of seekers showing faith and love, as we come together as a community, a true chavura, a fellowship, as we express our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes. Expressing our nature of kindness. Because it's those things, it's the wishes that unites us all in this community, house of spirit. Bethroch. As we share and we bring light, we keep fear at bay. And even though together we're always individual in our approach, and we support individuality, with each person connecting in his or her or their own way. So once again, please do go ahead, invite everybody you know, psychically, digitally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. There's so many ways we can gather and share. From Psalm 133, the Hine Matov, come together. Hine Matov, Shebetachim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Shebetachim Gam Yachad. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community. 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 Together. Because we support each other in this community, so let's all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the world. Remember, friends, this is you setting aside a little bit of sacred time in your own sacred space to honor and converse with whoever, whatever you happen to believe in, because we all believe in something. It's part of your Kavanah. It is your intention that you put out to the universe. It's your goodwill. And goodwill and intention are the roots of what you control, of what you can correct. Your intention sets in motion everything that occurs in your lives. It's goodwill, energy, light that we send to help heal those who we know needs it. Healing and renewals for everybody. Floats through space, finding those in need, so send it out. For those you know. For the souls and spirits of everybody you love. So think of whoever that needs healing and renewal and love, or just plain goodwill. Focus on them. Call their names. It's not just for people, it's for our pets, it's for the earth, it is the healing of the world, it is the tikkun olam. It's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. Part of the healing of the world is when we send thoughts and energy for health and renewal and goodwill for everybody. They don't have to be sick, even though it is the prayer for the sick. But it is also for those in our hearts and our minds. Let's all send energy out for the people in need everywhere. Special thoughts and prayers always for those who truly are in need of assistance. We pray for those who need prayer. We don't have to know them personally, because we want health, recovery, good life for everybody around us. Continue to send healing energy for the hostages still held, still in prison, still languishing. Let's demand they all be free. And let for all of those who are closer to us. For Alan and the Lion. For Roseanne and Charles. For Marilyn, Carson. For Callie, and me and Gabby. For Jessica and Trevor. For Terry and Luke. For Benita. For Dave, Sabrina. For Maria and Paul. For Pam and Marlo. Lucy, Shelley, Winston. For Ainura, for Always Aware Alana, for Najoni, Kathleen, Carla, Mina, for dear John and Maria, for Doria, for Gloria, for Connie, for Ronnie, for Maya and Tally, for Nina and Danny, for all those suffering and in need. Let's never forget to include the familiars of our lives. All our sacred animal friends everywhere, my friends, for everybody you know in need, for the whole world, and for Rosemary, we pray for those who need prayer. It is the kindness, the healing wishes, goodwill, and love we all send out. It just circles the world finding those in need. So thank you, each of you, for all you do, for all you care. Because the world is a world of spirit, my friends, and spirit never dies. Me, Shabbat, Avotenu, Makor HaBracha, Limotenu. May the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage. Make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body. The renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Misha Baruch, let us all have our spirits renewed. This is the great prayer for healing, which we call upon God to heal as He has healed before. Misha Baruch, may He who blessed, because all healing is a blessing. Let's all send and receive healing and renewal energy in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow. We all want renewal. We all want to keep renewing within you, without you. And be aware of a great renewal is this coming holiday of Purim, when we get dressed up as who we want to be, honoring the story of Queen Esther, King Xerxes, Esther's uncle Mordecai. Their names have unbelievable meaning, and there's enough real references in the story to give it just the air of historical fact. We meet the first true heroine, great female role models in the Bible. We don't give her enough credit, but we will. In addition to Wild Celebration, one of the great biblical books, the third part of the Old Testament, the writings, it's read. It is the Megillah of Esther, or the Book of Esther, one of the last books of the Old Testament, the Tanakh, the Mikra. Now, the holiday is not just for celebrating, but for our following through on what we say. We have an obligation to heal the world, my friends. And one of the ways we do is on this holiday, when we are to perform 4 mitzvahs, or laws, or good deeds, which reminds me of the great line in The Wizard of Oz, when the wizard's talking to the Tin Man and says, "Back where I come from, there are men who do nothing all day but good deeds. They are called good deed doers, and their hearts are no bigger than yours." Friends, you're all good deed doers, and no one's heart is bigger than yours. And you do these 4 things, these 4 good deeds, among others, I might add, and you do them all the time. You perform acts of tzedakah, charity and kindness. You give gifts to the less fortunate. You honor the appointed time. It's the 14th of Adar, as the Book of Esther tells us. We're to remember this event of Purim for all generations. You hear the Megillah read, the scroll of Book of Esther. And as I said, I'll be reading it. It's on our channel, so you can go and listen or watch anytime you like. It really is a great story. Last, simplest, enjoy a holiday meal. It is celebratory, so have a great time. It's one of those holidays where you're expected to become inebriated. If so, do not drive. Be responsible. Always be responsible. Take a cab, take an Uber. So in a couple of weeks, we will celebrate together, and we'll talk more about it next week. But for now, we've been caught in a section of laws. But where there is law, there is always the need to pay for them. So join me this week as we read terumah, donations. Now these donations are special. They're not just any donations. They're sacred donations. Terumah, sacred donations. Donations for higher purpose. Exodus 25:1. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the Israelites, that they take me a donation from every man, as his heart may urge him." Notice that it says it's got to be from the heart, truly out of a desire, not an obligation. Now the Hebrew terumah is a noun that's derived from a verb that means to elevate. And among several biblical terms for gift, it is the one that designates donation for use in the cult or by the priests. And when you give, it elevates you, because now it's about giving to God, making donations. They're to be made out of love. For some, that will always be the case, but for others, we're really just doing a deal. We're trying to buy love. Now, often the needs of man and church are on divergent paths. The church has often deteriorated into a collection agency for the soul, and it's about money, for wealth, not for the good that it can do. Your money gives me the thrill, but your loving don't pay my bills. Now give me money. It's what I want, it's what I want. What I want, it's what I want. Yeah, that's what I want. But here we read about special donations, not just money, it's special. These donations are for specific purposes. They are to build a tabernacle, which is the abode of God when on earth, and to house the special tools of faith and ritual sacrifice. As we are given a preliminary list of the greatest, most sought-after relics in history, a tabernacle for God to abide in when with the people. Exodus 25:8. They shall make me a tabernacle, that I may abide in their midst. As all that I show you, the form of the tabernacle and the form of all its furnishings, thus shall you make it. This is big stuff, my friends. This is real blueprints, plans for every aspect of this amazing creation. It's not like our facilities. See, friends, purity, like anything else, diluted over time, loses all meaning. Like a Xerox of a Xerox of a Xerox, etc. This was the real house of God. Now, in some ways, this is filler in the story. Moses has disappeared into the cloud on the mountaintop to commune with God. That moment is marked by the people's fearful distance from the fiery divine presence up above and the daring closeness of one man, Moses, the go-between to the deity. It is against this background that the architectural plan for the tabernacle and its decor is presented. Exodus 26:30. You shall set up the tabernacle according to the model of it that you were shown in the mountain. It was so complex, God actually showed Moses how everything would come together and look. We get the full instructions for each and every item. In fact, there's more about the tabernacle and its contents than any other subject in the Torah. But out of everything listed here, head and shoulders above the rest, the one that captures the imagination, the pièce de résistance, the Ark of the Covenant. Just saying it sends shivers down your back. Exodus 25:10. They shall make an ark of acacia wood, 2.5 cubits its length, and 1.5 cubits its width, and 1.5 cubits its height. Shall overlay it with pure gold, inside and outside. Shall overlay it. You shall make upon it a golden molding all around. You shall cast for it 4 golden rings, and set them on its 4 feet. 2 rings on its one side, 2 rings on the other side. You shall make poles of acacia wood. Overlay them with gold. You shall bring the poles through the rings on the side of the ark to carry the ark with them. And you shall set in the ark the tablets of the covenant that I shall give to you. And you shall make a cover of pure gold, 2.5 cubits its length, and 1.5 cubits its width. You shall make 2 cherubim of gold. Hammered work you shall make them as the 2 edges of the cover. Make 1 cherub at one edge and 1 cherub at the other edge. From the cover you shall make the cherubim at both its edges. And the cherubim shall spread wings above, shielding the cover with their wings and their faces towards each other. Toward the cover, the faces of the cherubim shall be. You shall set the covering upon the ark from above, and in the ark you shall set the tablets of the covenant that I shall give you, and I shall meet with you there and speak with you from above the covering between the 2 cherubim that are on top of the Ark of the Covenant. Now, what a great name for an artifact. What a description of its look, of its material, of its purpose. And we know from Raiders of the Lost Ark it had magical powers, face-melting ones. But above all, this was the spot where God would meet man. This was what would become the throne of God. Come down off your throne. Leave your body alone. Somebody must change. You are the reason I've been waiting so long. Somebody holds the key. Well, I'm near the end and I just ain't got the time. And I'm wasted and I can't find my way home. Now, the ark was a box. That's really all an ark is. But it's different from the ark of Noah or baby Moses, and will become the model for the holy ark, the Aron HaKodesh, which again uses a different name. And that's what houses the Torah and is seen in every synagogue in the world. So we use this word ark in 3 different instances, but we use 3 different words for it. We know this incredible artifact was housed in the tabernacle, and we know the tabernacle was housed in the first temple. But it would seem by the second temple everything had disappeared. In fact, in 1 Kings 8:4, The Tanakh reports that the tabernacle is in fact brought to the temple on the day of its dedication. The Talmud said it was stored beneath the temple. And the ancient historian Josephus, he says that the effects of the cherubim's wings in the temple was to appear like a tent. Psalm 61 says, I'll reside in your tent forever. I'll conceal myself in the hidden place of your wings. Also, Book 1 Chronicles 9:23 refers to the temple as the house of the tent, Beth Hahel. The tabernacle, revered as the ancient channel to God and the house of God, was located inside the temple. Now, the unspoken meaning behind this is that all the laws in the Torah that command that something be done at the tabernacle applied as long as the first temple stood in Jerusalem. By the time of the temple's destruction, in and around 587 before the Common Era, the tabernacle and its contents, the ark, the tablets, everything, disappear from the Bible. Never heard from again. Yes, my friends, the world is sacred. So is everything in it. Express your gratitude, light a candle, make a wish, celebrate your life and the lives of those you love, share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, honor your freedom, be well, be happy, be blessed. Share and honor the light and all who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send to everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone. And end to terror and hatred. Remember, we are a community. We learn together, we celebrate with each other, we love each other. We share this right together, men and women equally. So let's send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and healing to all who need it. And please do learn to forgive, learn to love. Open your hearts, honor the relationships of your life, tell those you love that you love them. Examine your intentions, use them to imprint your will on the universe, because we set in motion all that happens in our lives. Our intention, our Kavana, our cause, our effect, everything is linked. You always have time to forgive and be forgiven. You have knowledge of what is good and bad, so acknowledge what you have done wrong to yourself, to God, to any person you've wronged. That's forgiveness. But always do so with sincerity, with accountability, with vulnerability. Forgive those who have hurt you, that you learn to be forgiving and compassionate, because the secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace is in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people in the world, just as they are? Can you accept life as it is without trying to control it? If you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. So keep on dreaming, my friends. Keep on being, keep sharing, keep shining, keep teaching. Keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear, follow love. It's always there in front of you. And work to be present in the body. Expand your heart, quiet your mind. Because the deepest source of real power lies in consciousness, in your ability to be mindful, to be aware, to be present in all of life's circumstances. Love with the heart. Because we are all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear. Forgiveness, not anger. Be there for someone, because someone will always be there for you, whether you know it or not. Continue to explore faith and belief, what they mean to you. Do not accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel, others have felt. Whatever you've experienced, others have too. We share together. We learn together. We help each other. We are each of us trying to find love and acceptance and support. That's all. We all have or could have that special someone in our lives, so find them and tell them what they mean. You're never alone on your journey. Listen to the voice of God, he, she, it, them, they, whatever appeals to you, talks to you. Remember, your connection to God and all he's created in body and soul is a part of you. It's a part of me. It's a part of all of us forever. And listen to his voice. He's talking to you and just you. He loves you. And remember, give from the heart, because the greatest currency of all is and always will be love. It's the greatest. You never give me your money. You only give me your funny paper. And in the middle of negotiations, you break down. Out of college money spent, see no future, pay no rent. All the money's gone, nowhere to go. But oh, that magic feeling, nowhere to go. That magic feeling. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go? Well, you know what? You've always had where to go. Come with me, my friends. Thank you for joining me. Have a great week. And I'll see you all soon, and I hope you all continue to celebrate the miracles of life. Don't forget to get ready, because in 2 weeks we have the holiday of Purim. Shabbat Shalom and blessings to you all. Take care, and I will see you all soon.